Oh, we're filming. Kia ora, everyone. I've just wanted to give you a little update on what's been happening on the construction side of building the Kanuka house. So this is what it looks like right now. We've set the poles and just a little bit of a rundown of what's been happening. So you can see they all look a bit burned on the bottom, which is very much intentional. So the part that's submerged in the ground, I've put in the fire, and that gives the wood some extra hardness and also kills fungus and bacteria that's already in the wood, which makes it sustain longer, being subject to moisture in the ground, probably. And another piece to add some security, we've filled these holes up with river silt. So the holes are about 90 centimeters deep, and I think 75 is like the minimum for building foundations in clay. And yeah, I've added a little bit extra, and the river silt around here is just being tempered down. So fill up a little bit, temper it down, and it creates a real strong, real solid foundation, and it is impossible to move these logs now. So the river silt is going to make the water drain around it, which kind of ensures that there's no water being able to collect around the logs, which would make them rot faster. They will rot eventually, but we're hoping to get about 30 years out of these logs. So it's all an experiment, and nothing is for certain as things are. And I'm so happy that this is all working out well so far. And we've got 11 posts in the ground. This is where the deck is going to go between these two big ones. So they're sticking out so far because there's a deck rail coming, connecting these two in the end. And I put another post in the middle there just to make sure the deck's not going to sag. And yeah, I'm just going to fill up the rest of the holes so they all fill up to the brim. And that's my work done for today. It's pretty hot. I'm going into town today. And yeah, I hope you're all having a beautiful day. And next step on the project is putting on the skids. So if you have a look from this angle, you see that there's 1, 2, 3. I've got a tire here as well. So this is the first foundation post, is a tire. Not an experiment, I just really wanted to use a tire in the building, and it's just a tire filled up with river silt as well, with a paver on top. So there's going to be skids laying along 1, 2, 3, and they'll be running parallel, and these skids are going to be connected with rafters, and then the floor is going to be built on top of that. I'm still not quite sure what the house is going to look like exactly. Maybe something with like low profile walls and A-frame-ish roof, but it all will depend on what materials are going to show up, what else I can find. There's heaps and heaps of Kanuka up there right next to me, and we've been wanting to thin that bit out anyway, not just to get us a little bit more sunlight in here, because that's where the morning sun is going to come up, but also to allow some other native trees to come through and reach for the canopy. So yeah, it's all good opportunities to kind of support the forest growth while building a house, and it's so much fun. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Next step is cutting all these logs level, same height, and then putting on the skids, 2 over there, and then another one is in my log shelter over there. I'm gonna show you where all my logs are, my precious logs that I've been collecting over the months. And here they are. They're in the shade. One thing that I've noticed is when they dry out in the sun, they dry out too quickly and then they crack. So it's not so bad with these ones. Like, it's been really bad with gum tree, because that was just a oopsie that I did. And there's some macrocarpa. This one here, that's macrocarpa. I've got 4 macrocarpa poles, and everything else is tea tree. So they're all pretty straight. See what we can do with them. But yeah, plenty of wood to play with. And have a look at this tea tree, because I'm just super stoked how this looks when the bark is all peeled off. So when you peel the bark off, it's easiest to do it when the wood's still cut fresh, and then you can kind of just peel it off and it comes off real nicely, and this beautiful structure emerges. And everything that's dried, I need to go on with a draw knife. So I've been holding back peeling these logs because I didn't really have the time and the knowledge, knowing that I need to pull the bark off right away. But I do have a draw knife now, and that's going to be very helpful. But yeah, that's a later mission. Once the logs are cut to size, I'll tackle them with a draw knife, which is just super satisfying work anyway. Pulling off bark and changing the looks of the log is real nice. So many beautiful processes that I've been going through. Like my favorite so far definitely was putting the logs on the fire at night and scorching them, getting them ready to be put in the ground. So that's been it just feels so ancient. People have done it for thousands of years, and I'm super stoked that I came across that method, trying that out. And yeah, that's a lot of heavy work done, a lot of digging, a lot of heavy lifting still to come, but not so much with butty logs. The more the building comes up, the thinner the logs are going to get. So the buttiest logs are in the foundation, of course, and then everything comes after, gets just thinner and thinner, because you don't want to have heavy loads on top when you don't have to. And I'm just doing it step by step, so I'm not actually thinking 3 steps ahead. I'm thinking 1, maybe 2 steps ahead, and everything is kind of just flowing from one step into the next. So I don't have a drawn out plan on what the house is going to look like for another building that I designed that is not coming together just yet. This is much more just trying things out, experimenting and changing as I go. And because I do so much by hand, something that I've realized is the work is going very slow. Everything is just about me getting things done in the rhythm of what's possible physically, what my brain can process in certain amounts of time. So when I make a mistake, it's very easy to reverse it, and I might waste a day at the most. But then it's not wasted, because it's a big learning process for me anyway. So it's all step by step, tiny little baby steps, which has helped me not to feel so overwhelmed, and overcoming challenges with the build. And today I had a little bit of help. Yesterday I had a little bit of help. We got the tractor involved for the first time, picking up river silt, which took 10 minutes rather than 3 hours, me shoveling this stuff by myself. So thank you, tractor, for doing that. And it's nice seeing other people coming along and getting involved and learning with me, because this is just all what it is. It's just a big learning how to
build your shelter with the things that we can find here in the forest mostly. I haven't bought anything yet in terms of material other than tools and nails and screws, but I haven't used any screws on the house. I've used screws on my toilet, which I'm going to show you as well. We've built a beautiful long drop, so we're going to go, my head, we're going to go for a walk over there, and this little structure has been built with pallets only, mostly, and and some other scrap wood that I found on the property, tires as well, so it looks a little bit like a wooden badass truck. But yeah, check this out. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful throne? And when you sit on it, the view that you're gonna get is just this. So that's pretty lush, isn't it? We've gone for a simple thing. Oh, I put a coat hanger here, so when it's raining, you don't want to wear your rain jacket eventually doing your thing. And there's a little shelf here as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna put a little disinfectant thingy there. I've tried it out, it's great, it's good. Oh, the only thing I spent money on for this was nails and screws and this beautiful Remu toilet seat, which I bought at Bunnings, almighty tin, can't remember. And everything else is fence posts, Kanuka. Here, this is all pallet wood. This is all pallet wood, which you can pick up in industrial areas. And yeah, playing around with pulling it apart is a bit of work, but it did take me maybe 2 hours, 3 hours one morning pulling apart 8 pallets, and that was most of the cladding done. So all the cladding on this thing is pallet wood with a few things on the right side, weatherboards. And as you can see, the two sides here is like a weatherboard, so they're like overlapping there. And I don't know what these boards were used. There's a different project on the property, but there's like all these tags in there. So weatherboard here, weatherboard there. This is all pallet wood on this side, and then on this side I just got them vertical rather than horizontal, and it's much easier, and I think it's well it's a bit more suited for a toilet. I think, like, I feel like weatherboards take a bit more time, a bit more cutting around, especially, and I've gone here like on the edge up here, just wonky ass to fill that gap, because the weatherboard is going straight horizontal, and then to fill that gap with the slope of the roof, I just took all the offcuts I could find and nailed them up there, and it looks alright. It looks like out of a comic book or something, where someone maybe describes a wonky building, but it looks a little bit more clean over on this side. So another experiment, and there's a hole in the wall. Another experiment that's been happening. I had some friends helping me as well, so thanks Dan and thanks Vish for coming out and getting down and dirty with us. It goes so much easier when people help. Like, I can get things done hustling with one person for 2 or 3 hours, the same amount that would take me a whole day. And so I'm super appreciative to have people show up and just get into it with me and get excited about it. And yeah, then we can do a whole day's work in a morning and then chill at the river in the afternoon. So I could have made this a bit higher. Okay, I'm gonna fill up these holes with gravel, and I think that's me for today. Going to town and enjoy myself. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for showing up, and I'll see you next time.